All mothers and beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those great obstacles on my path to liberation and nations, may they experience happiness, be separate from suffering, and receive our ways to reach them in the still perfect, complete pleasures of Buddhahood. All mothers and beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and they experience happiness, be separate from suffering, disability, always to reach them in the still one surpass perfect, complete pleasures of Buddhahood. Dala Damwar Sebe Dra Nobar Sebe Gay Tarba Dan Damje Jembe Bardo Jubar Zeba Tamje So Seb Mananga Dan Yambe Semjen Damje Deva Dan Dan Jar Yorda Lana Neba Yanda Bar Zobe Zanju Rumbo Jedo Barza Thus, under achieve enlightenment, I perform virtuous deeds with body, speech, and mind. Under death, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. From now under the from, I perform the body, speech, and the mind. We take refuge in the kind of rule excellence of the Sanghas. We take refuge in all the noble Dakinis and the Dharma guardians, possessors of the eye of wisdom.
I'm sorry, Kimpo.
Until I attain the heart of enlightenment, in the Dharma and the example of a Buddha. What happened?
You're breaking up and freezing, so we're having difficulty hearing.
Bodhisattvas, as previous Buddha, embodied enlightenment, the progress of Bodhisattva's path, I do for the benefit of all sentient beings, giving birth to bodhicitta, and applying myself to a complete stage of the path. In the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha most excellent. I take refuge until enlightenment is reached. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. May all mother sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separate from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May the rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. We go to short mandala offering. The ground is sprinkled with the scented water and strewn with the flowers. It is adorned with the meadow, the spring mountain, the four continents, and the sun and the moon. As the Buddha fair, I offer it. And all sentient beings, attain the happiness of the Buddha faith. To the lamas who possess the three kayas, I offer the altar, inner, and the sacred offerings. With my body, word, and that it is visible, please grant me the supreme realization and enlightenment. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying, for the sake of enlightenment of all sentient beings, all these are dedicated. Om Guru Rina Mandrala Pandramag Samudra Savarina Samaye Ahom. Eco refuge, ornament of the world. Your fame provides the 3,000 words. You are the victorious Vajradhara without doubt. Above the feet of Father and Jitin Songo. Continue laughing with no one but you. Compassion and grant your blessings. Dispel darkness that surrounds my heart. Please bless me so that I can realize the unlimited nature of mind. Please turn the way of the Dharma of the true vehicles into the combination according to this position, and likewise the mental capacity of sentient beings. Ganga Lodi Jimye Jandara Nyeda Nanda Razarva Chenye Dongen Jejen Zes Yeja Tuka Lenwam Zen Kanda Zibezon Mare Mendon Dongare Jezer Vendo Sogen Öje Darze Yen Lai Zhuje Yang Den Song Do Dara Jedo Nyemo Yin Long Le Je Jia Do Dong Ze Je Ma Re Men Zara Dong Ara Nyu Chenye Junze Rade Nam Done Tajen Sajen Dar Yongden Lezo Jarze Ke Cha Dan Junye Jen Dalo Menzer Julan De On Arabazana 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 De On Om Arabazana De On Arabazana De On Arabazana De On Arabazana De Om Wange Joram 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 Om Wange Joram. You who are the perfect, beautiful body whose flame of wisdom blesses and dispel the darkness of worldly ignorance, are posted before you in the present Major. Yone Gelen Jangwai Bo Yi Ye Dome Raden Bar Jiden Dem O Menzar Wan Jan Bar Yang La Sanzer Du. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So now I'm going to share with you the Hearing Liberation teaching. Hearing Liberation teaching, we are, I think, page 100, no, 353 is correct?
354, we're starting on Kempo.
Okay. So the teaching, Hearing Liberation, has introduction, main teaching, conclusion. So we finish the introduction, and the main teaching has Bardo of death, Bardo of reality, Bardo of fear, and taking the birth. So intermediate state Bardo. We finish the first two, so we are in the third stage. In this case, the disease looking to the future life. They really wanted to take the birth, future life. And then due to the karma, can be, take the mistake and the wrong direction. So wrong direction could be falling to the lower realms. So that's the reason here these instructions helping the disease choose the going the more better life, future life. The take birth is a higher realms, human being, especially reborn into in this realm. So that's this introduction many giving, and also in introduction this teachings helps Bardo being the disease or still have opportunity to liberate if the long as they can record their own practice, they can follow this instruction during the intermediate state, then still they have possible to liberate. So today we are here, and a very crucial point, Bardo beings, they can go take right direction, they can be go wrong directions. So that's why meditate again and again in this way until the womb entrance are closed. Sit down above a several perform and the genuine instruction for effecting the obstruction of the womb entrances. So then sharing these instructions, giving this instruction, the Bardo beings, possibly they can, disease can stop the warm entrance. So these instructions can be help them. For those with a high average or low ability, so also not everyone still sees people due to the negative karma and not pay attention, still can be falling to the another states. So, when we share this teaching, many people join, but some, maybe just on the zone, but maybe not really pay attention. We don't know. So then same, in the Bardo beings, disease also we giving these instructions. Maybe they are there, but they don't really pay attention, and no carefully listening, no apply effort. So then they can also fall into the next and the next. When we share these teachings, if you don't pay attention, just be there and then no understand clearly first state, then second state also no clearly understand, third also no clearly understand, because no put effort, getting the distractions and doing other things. So even be there, not really pay attention, not doing, effort, then could be falling to the next steps. So that's why this Bardo being also happening that too here. For those with a high average or low ability, it is impossible not to be liberated by these instructions again. This is because first, consciousness in the intermediate state is endowed with a supernormal cognitive ability, although it may be corrupt. So then here is I think the main important is what he's sharing is here is first in the consciousness in the intermediate state is endowed with a supernormal cognitive ability. So this disease has some cognitive ability, the knowing, they can read others' mind, and also they have some ability to more cognitive ability, knowledge. So that's why if we share these instructions, they have an ability to understand. And then this disease, I think, no problem with the language. So because they have the cognitive ability, they can hear any language is become one for them. So that's why here, therefore, whatever one says to the disease is heard by the diseased. They can hear that clearly. Second, even if the disease was deaf or blind, while in the human world, no in the intermediate state, all these sensory faculties will be complete, and therefore whatever is said will be apprehended. So whatever we says, they have ability to hear. Even the diseases when they are in the human being can be, deaf. They can hear when they get in disease in the Bardo. So when they get in the Bardo, so even the blind people, they can see things. So that's why they have all these abilities. Third, since the disease is continuously being overwhelmed by fear and terror, so the disease is extremely, overwhelming by fear and terror, because due to the negative karma, there is undistracted concentration on what to do. Therefore, what is said will be listened to. So the many also these qualities the disease has. So due to that, there can be, these instructions can be help them. So that's always like the disease has like good, like, so we say positive quality, or, the reason these qualities help them to understand what we say and sharing them. Whatever focus on, so further, since the consciousness has no physical support, it is easy to guide. So also easy to guide, and it can penetrate to the senses of whatever is focused upon. Additionally, science sense the power of retention is known many times clearer. Even the mentally awake will have in the intermediate state a lucid awareness by virtue of their past actions. So here there's sharing many, positive things for the actually disease, because disease has all these qualities. We can say quality, or we can say that this help them to become easily recognized, easily can transform and changed. So right now we are in the human being, the very hard to accept the spiritual enlightening qualities. That's why many people don't follow the religions. So in the disease, if the long as they have opportunity, the spiritual information, teachings, they can easily, follow that and easily take that. Because due to all these, many reasons, or there's these qualities. So no, hence they will have the gift of knowing how to meditate on that which is taught, and the gift to assimilate such points of instruction. So whatever we're sharing them, they have ability to meditate and practice. So that's why here it says, see, they will have the gift of knowing. They know what we share them, how to meditate on that, which is what we taught for them. And the gift to assimilate such points of instruction. So this is can also, hear what we says, and also they can follow the instructions. Hence, they will have the gift of knowing how to meditate on that which is taught. So that's the extra. And the gift to such points of the instruction, that's true extras. Okay, these are the reasons why the performance of rituals on behalf of the dead is beneficial indeed. So that's the reason, someone passing our families, so we can do the practice rituals benefit to them. Also, someone passing, you share this hearing liberation instruction for the disease. Then these instructions really benefit to the disease, because the reason is the disease can hear, and they have ability to use that practice. It is extremely important to persevere in the reading law of this great liberation by hearing in the intermediate states for the entire 49 days. So remember this instruction. So this instruction is, very important, extremely important. Then also, these instructions have read very loudly for the disease. Also, we have to read this 49 days. So within 49 days, we can read for the disease for the entire 49 days. For if liberation is not achieved at one introduction, it can be achieved at another. So then liberation may be not achieved, even use these instructions. This is the reason why not just one, but many introductions should be given. So why we have to read all this hearing liberation teaching? Because if the first one didn't liberate and then have another opportunity second, if second didn't happen and they have another opportunity third. So many instructions we have to give, and that's why we have to read many times, read these instructions. So it's dependent, never have these practices too much. So you can read like 3 times a day, like once in the morning, once afternoon, once evening, night sessions to giving to the reading for the disease, 49 days, each day 3 times. Or you can do like each day like once for the 49 days, or it's possible. Everything's good, read, long as you read more, it's have more opportunity to benefit for the disease. So then choosing a warm entrance. Then again, there are several kinds of persons who do not achieve liberation. Despite having received the above introductions and having been taught the above visualization techniques. So we all share these techniques, still some cannot be liberated. This lack of ability comes about through limited familiarity with virtues past actions. So they don't practice the Dharma and not enough virtuous deeds, then very hard to liberate. Extensively primal familiarity with no virtues past actions and the pretense and the great force of negative absorptions. Then no virtues past actions very strong, and due to their, going into the warm entrance, negative emotion, forcing them, forcing the disease mind, put into the, entrance to the warm, then we have to share these instructions. So at this stage, if the warm entrance have still not been successfully obstructed as described above, there is a profound oral instruction for choosing on appropriate warm entrance, which should not be presented. So now we have to share this one, important to share to the disease. Again, one should request the existence of the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas. So we have to record the Buddha Bodhisattvas because we need the support, special object have to use. So that's why we have to record the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, records to the existence of the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas. Then take refuge in the 3 jewels, the precious jewels, and cultivate authentic intention. Take refuge to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, and change intention again. Change intention, create a bodhicitta mind. Then, as before, calling to the disease by name. So, 3 times, one should say the following words. So this one, and who going to read this instruction given to the disease. And then that person have to call the Bodhisattva Buddhas, use the special object and take refuge, create a bodhicitta, and then this calling the disease name, and should then follow these words. O child of Buddha nature, repeat the name of the disease. Listen carefully. Even though many authentic introductions to the instructions have previously been given to you up until this stage, you have not taken this to heart. So we telling the, giving so many instructions, not taking the heart. So that's also one is like for us too, when we are, in this zone, sharing teaching, and you listening teaching, but maybe not pay attention, no put effort, could be, then same is like this problem. So that's why we have to not pointing always for the thinking about all disease as some object. So we have to recognize our own, like intention and how much put effort, really listening, teaching, really going into the teaching or not. We have to, I think, examine ourselves. Very important. So this teaching also like, no, it's like we say giving to others, but someone like giving to us, we really listen or not. So if no listening happening exactly same, each stage, each sections we lost. That's what we have to know. So know if you have been unable to obstruct the warm entrances, so the time has actually come for you to assume a body. There are not just one. So they have many different instructions, choices. So not only one. That's why it's this. We have to, listen carefully or sharing very carefully to the disease. But several different kinds of perform and genuine instructions, which related to your choose of appropriate warm entrance. So these instructions help the choosing the, right warm entrance, because no, in this case you cannot block the warm. So anyway going to take the birth. So no taking the birth. In these instructions help the choose the right birth, not take the wrong birth. So that's this instruction helps. So comprehend this where do not be distracted, listen without a distraction, understand and maintain a firm intention. O child of Buddha nature, know if you are to be born as a human, so no, we sharing the, of course, disease, you going to take birth as a human. The indication is a signs which related to the environment into which you may be born. So sign is followed by the environment. So that's why, first we have to choose the universal. We have to choose the universal, right universal. And human beings live different universes. If we take birth to other universes, the temporarily much better life, but no opportunity to liberation. So that's why we choose, human being, but human being continent is very important to choose. They have like different continents. Some continent, no dharma, and more obstacles. Some continent has more obstacle. Desire obstacles. So that's why in this right now we live in this continent. Have human beings as a suffering, but have an opportunity to liberate. So that's why we have choose the right continent. So here is no giving instructions. So on one amongst the four continents, you see, taking to the birth is four continents where arise, four continents arise. You must recognize these indications. Indeed, you must choose the continent. We have to choose the right continent based on a careful examination of these indications of the environment into which you may be born. So which continent we born, we have to choose. If you are to take birth on the eastern continent, Vidya, you will see a lake. So then the sun is, we see the lake, adorned by male and female swims. So many birds swimming in the lake. Do not be drawn towards this place. So the point is that we say don't go to the place. Call to mind the methods of reversal and apply this. So have to calling back, mind, call back again. For where you to go there, even though it is a happy and tranquil place, it is an environment where the sacred teachings do not flourish. So if you take birth in this, Eastern continent, Vidya is very good temporary happiness because the beings are more happy they are in this earth. Right now we are in the 14th continent. So in this Eastern continent, beings are more happy, more better samsaric opportunities. The problem is they don't have Dharma is flourish, teachings do not flourish. So that's why I do not enter this continent. So if you are to take birth on the 14th continent, so that's we are Zambupipa, you will see grand and delightful mansions. So we see the good house, that's why it says you will see grand and delightful mansions. If you indeed you can enter here, do so. If you going to take birth, then say take birth into the 14th continent. The reason is because in 14th continent has the Dharma and have opportunity to. That's why we have to take birth in the 14th continent. We did that, so we are lucky one. Actually, we did something good. Sometimes like you get unhappy, sad, like I don't do good things. Think about you did good choice. Then that helps like all the, sad, unhappy, like small problems, you can release naturally. Because we've done something great, like big things, no mistake. Small things be wrong, then you think it's okay. So let go. Then next is if you are to take birth on the Western continent, Aparogandonia, you will see a lake adorned around its shores by male and female horses. So do not be drawn towards this place. It's a beautiful place, like horses, lakes, and you wanted to be there, you wanted to stay there. This one is attachment desire place too. In this area, there's usually talk about a much more better life the human being here right now we have. But the problem is, of course, not Dharma there. That's why. So do not be drawn towards this place. Call to mind the method of reversal and apply this. So mind call back again, use some practice. And then for even though it is a place of great worth, so no any poverty in this place. And they also talk about human beings, body is more bigger than us. Much better opportunity. for even though it is a place of great wealth and abundant resources, it is an environment where the sacred teachings did not be flourished. So they don't have a Dharma teaching. That's why they said, don't go into there. So do not enter this continent. No, if you are to take birth on the northern continent, Otarakuru, so you will see a lake adorned around its shores by water or lake adorned by trees. See the beautiful things in there. So recognize these appearances as indication of the birth that you are able to assume. So when you see this, we have to recognize that means like going to take birth to in this area, in this realm or continents. So that's why where the sick you are able to assume, where the sacred teaching did not be flourished, there also no Dharma there. So do not enter this continent, do not enter there. The reason is for even though this is a place where there is a longevity and which has merit. It's longevity like long life and merit and worth, many good resource, abundance, good things in there. But problem is, no place to liberation. So if you take birth in this place, then, become attached to the desired things and going to the samsara, no ability to liberation. That's why they say, do not go there. Do not enter these continents. So that's the human beings realm has 4 different continents. And we are right now in the 14 continents, not the samsara level best one, but the good is, opportunity to liberation, Dharma place. So that's why take birth in the 14 continents is have more opportunity to liberation, free from samsara. So next is going to talk about the other realms. If you are to take birth as a god, so you will see delight for celestial places, many stored and composed of diverse jewels. If indeed you should enter there. So if you have a, opportunity to go into God's realms, here says go in there. Because God realm also, harder to liberation area, but the life is more, for many levels, more stable and a joyful place. No possible comparing to human beings, like right now this human beings realm to comparing joyful there, this God's realm. God realm has more better life than us. So liberation level is God realm has a more obstacle. So I don't know the 100% God realm we say cannot liberation, can be liberation in there also too, but more obstacle in God realm because of joyful place, too much desire and a happy place. But anyway, there has more stable levels. So that's why I think, you should enter here, means to go take birth to the God's realms. So now they're giving 2 choices, like human being, especially in the 14 continent, and the God's realm, we have to go to take birth. So the other, not take birth because it's no opportunity to liberate and no pleasant, I think. Even some human ram has good ways, but the best, liberation is only 14 continents. If you are to take birth as an anti-gods, so that is a jealousy gods. You will see exhaust groves and spinning wooden torches, creating wells of fire. Do not enter there under any circumstances. So call to mind the methods, reversal, and apply this. Then when you have see this jealousy gods, Ram, the experience arise. You can see the beautiful forest, or fire is go wrong, same is fire is turning wrong, is something that you're seeing there. So the main point is never ever go there. So did not enter under any circumstances. Very strong words. Never ever go there. Okay, call to mind the methods, reversal, and apply this. So have to recall again, practice, and have to come back to again. Don't go in there. So apply is I think we have to apply the other instructions. Should we already done many things? So we have to use the instructions and have to recall back again, not go into the part, the God, jealousy goes around. If you are to take birth as an animal, you will see rocky, towering, empty hollows, and straw sheets shrouded by mist. Did not enter there. Okay, so if take birth to the human being, the sort of animals, Ram, then so you see the rocky caverns, so you can see the under the ground. You can go into the underground caves. Then also empty hollows, and the straw sheets. Shrouded by mist. So that's all is animal perceptions. If go into their directions, then take birth to the maybe bugs and other different kind of animals stay in the under the rocks, under the trees, so inside the trees or inside the water. So you don't know. This all signs just for the animal son taking birth. So that's why I do not go in there. Do not enter animal realm. So if you are to take birth as an anguish spirit, you will see tree stems, black protruding self-hostility or something, blind, desolate, gorge, or total darkness. So you have all this, teachings with you. So you see the words are harder to read. Some. The main point is the taking birth into this, hungry ghost, and then you get this kind of experience. So your experience is kind of going into the darkness, maybe under the caves or inside the trees, forest. So more darker than in the animal realms. So that's why this similar sounds, but this is more darker level. That's why they say don't go into there, because it's take birth to the hungry ghost, extremely suffering. So you should be born, where you to go there, you should be born as an anguish spirit and experience the manifold sufferings of unstable hunger and thirst. So really long time, extremely suffering, hunger and thirsty. That's why they shouldn't go into that state. Then do not enter there. Call to mind the method of reversal and apply this. Be courageous and strong. Create courage and strong. Never go into there. Use the or these teaching instructions. So then lowest one, if you are to take birth as a human being, you will hear the songs of those of negative past actions. Or quite simply, you will feel powerless and complete to enter. So because the beings who are going to take birth into the harems is a very strong negative action. So that's why this is like kind of no choice, powerless. So that's the reason you will feel powerless and complete to enter. Whereupon the perception will arise that you are moving into a land of darkness. So someone take birth into the harems, the person perception is like really darkness, land of darkness, where there are black and reddened horses, black earth pits, and black rods. Were you to be drawn to this place, you would enter the hills. If you go into that, then you go enter to the hills. That's why, and experience the searing, unbearable sufferings of heat and cold. If you take birth into the harems, extremely suffering, heat and cold. So that's why be careful. Do not enter into the midst of this, for there will be no opportunity to turn back. If you get into there, hard to turn back. That's why never ever go too close to the, this harems. Sun is upper, and don't go too close there. Do not enter there under any circumstances. As it is said in the root verses, you must obstruct the wrong entrances and call to mind the methods of reversal. These are the wholly necessary no. So when this harem stands upper, this is like kind of a controlless, powerless, negative karma pushing into there. So then this is have to very carefully record, these instructions. That's why in the root text of the Bardo also says, those are wholly necessary no. Or child of Buddha nature. Although you do not wish to move forward, you are powerless not to do so. Even you are powerless, but don't go in there. Do so. The evening force, the evening forces, who are the executors of the unfeeling laws of cause and effect, will be pushing you. So all the negative karma, pushing to in the harems, the disease not really have any power to, coming back. So the very hard to reverse, come back to, do the practice. Because their keen fear is like, this kind of terrors. You will have no choice but to move forward. Before you, the Avengers and escorters will be leading the way. So same is like prisoners, then police or the prisoner guard that taking, front and behind and like, no choice. They can take way into the prison. Similar, in here, the disease has that's exactly similar feelings. Avengers and escorters will be leading the way. The experience will arise of trying to flee from this force, of trying to flee from the darkness, from the most violent windstorms, from the thunderous tremors, the snow, the rain, the hail, and the turbulent blizzards which will surround you. All this, experience like, really dark and rain, snowstorm, very strong noisy, thunder, and the rain and the snow together, sometimes falling the hairs. So that's kind of in the feeling, and then disease try to, escaping from that kind of area. They're feeling the experience happening for the disease. So in that moment, the disease like frightened, of course, you will sit off to seek or refuge, and you will find protection inside an enclosed space. The disease have like tried to look to something protection. So such as in that time, the disease like experience is, such as within the mentions just described it, or in rock shelters, the disease see the rock shelters, or hole in the ground, or amongst the trees, or within the bed of a lotus flower, hiding here. So they wanted to hide in there. You will be very hesitant trying to come out. Then they doesn't want to come out because it's scared to come out and fear something, the protection. And you will think, I should not live here, no. You will be very reluctant to be separate from this protected place. And you will become utterly attached to it. Then this is become attached to the, this in the rock shelters and hole in the ground, amongst trees, like the kind of, like the attached to that because they have so much fear and they don't want to get out from that. So due to that, they attach to that. Then because you are so very hesitant to go outside, where you would be comforted by the fears and the terrors of the intermediate states. So if you go out from this experience, I mean, from these rocks under the rock or in under the ground, if you come out, the disease fear is like all this intermediate state terrifying experience arising for them. So that's why they don't want to come out. You will, because of the fear and awe, continue to hide away. Thus, you will assume a body, however utterly bad that may be, and you will in time come to experience all manner of sufferings. So if inside the, hiding the area and then become, take form body in there. So that's a really negatively like suffering form body. So then, we see there also many different kind of animals, bugs that stuck inside the trees, inside the rocks, inside the earth, under the earth. So that's kind of the feeling they get, and then they take and negative form body. So due to that, they're extremely suffering. So that's why he says, thus you will be assumed a body, however utterly bad that may be, can be happening if scare and hide somewhere like that, due to attachment, doesn't want to come out, and then take bodies like utterly bad that may be, and you will be in time, come to experience all manner of suffering, they extremely suffering. So this experience of wanting to hide is a sign that you are being obstructed by malignant forces and Karavas agrees. So there's why the feeling is so much fear. That's why I wanted to hide inside somewhere. So that who created the feelings like fears? That is obstacle. So we usually call Mara. So Mara means general, but Mara means kind of many different form bodies. So always like negative force is arises to form different diversity form. So then due to that, this is really strong fear and go into looking to some protection and hide somewhere. So that's why then you hide the attached to that the negative the force obstacle become create, and the disease take really wrong way to become body and extremely suffering. So that's why force and Koharas agrees, particularly related to this stage. There is a profound oral instruction. So then that time there, we have to give this oral instructions to the disease. This instruction helps. You don't have to hide under the cave and the rocks under the ground. Not looking for the protection, someone like wrong protection. So you have, call the practice ourselves. Disease can create itself own like protection, powerful, So that's why here is particularly related to this stage. There is a profound oral instruction. Let's say, therefore, and understand. At this time, when you are being pursued by avenging forces and you feel powerless to escape, and you are terrified and frightened, you must move in instant and with perfect recall. So that time we have to record the practice. Visualize the transcending Lord Mahotara, Heruka or Haryangoa or Vajrapane. So, when we are in the Bardo, okay, so due to this inherent negative karma is arising, and then we looking protection, hide, somewhere, and that's negative karma and maras. Due to that, because the power of that, we hide somewhere, is we take the negative form body. And all the negative force bring into the negative force take to the hair realms, take birth in the hair realms. So that kind of happening, if we fear that going to happening, then we have to recall our practice. We recall our practices, see we have to visualize ourselves is like can be Buddha, the self-generation is very powerful. So that time, then we recall it's like our form body is meditate, visualized. So here giving like different instructions like transcending Lord Mahotara, Heruka. Kyomdin Heruka is Chimcho Heruka. So that's have 8 higher gravas. So usually the one of it is called Lord Mahatora Heruka or Haryangurva, or Vajrapane. So this Rath for that is like here is like we mostly know Vajrapane. So we have to visualize, recall Vajrapane. And if we visualize ourselves as Vajrapane, all this negative force, no any opportunity to penetrate. So then everything, all the negative forces naturally release. So that's the reason we have to meditate ourselves as Vajrapane. Or else, if you have your personal meditation deity, if you practice a Yidam deity always yourself, so you meditate that Yidam deity is yourself, then the negative force cannot affected to the Yidam deity's form. So that's why, if we think about ourselves is like ordinary form, the negative force take away every negative place, pushing to that directly to there. So if you have ability to visualize yourself as a Yidam deity, then negative force not possible to create obstacle. So visualize the deity as having a huge Buddha body with the thick limbs. So standing upright is Yidam deity also like visualize is become powerful, like wrathful. We have to visualize. If you practice Chinreze, Para, Bud, Pema Sambhava is peaceful deities, but in this case you have to make them a very powerful, and bigger body with thick limbs, standing upright. So in a terrifying, wrathful manifestation. So, negative wrath for terrify, antidote is wrath for deity terrify. So that's why we call negative is heart antidote heart, cord antidote cord. Same. And negative obstacle terrify. So we visualize wrath for deity terrify and subdue the negative terrify obstacles. So terrify wrath from manifestation, which pulverize every form of obstructing force by virtue of this practice. So then power of the Yidam deity, power of Yidam deity is a blessing. So inserted from the evergers by the blessing and compassion of the meditation of deity, you will secure the ability to choose a one entrance. Then Bardo beings naturally have another peaceful moment. All this negative force is released. Then forcing to the hell realms. So you have ability, you have ability to choose again. So that's why you will secure the ability to choose a one entrance. This is profound and genuine creature point of the oral instructions. So understand this now. It's very important. So in these instructions, in the Bardo, when we have the terrifying negative force, So meditate, our form bodies become yadam deity, and especially for wrathful deities. Then all the negative force terrifies, pacify. And due to that, then we have ourselves, like disease, we have like ability to choose one birth again. This is a profound and genuine critical point of the oral instruction. So understand this now. So that method, the teaching, instruction helps, we recall warm entrance to the hell realms, not falling into the hell realms. This has ability to recall again. Moreover, a child of Buddha nature, the gods inhabiting the form realms of meditative concentration and the similar beings of the higher realms take birth through the potency of their meditative stability. Also, certain class of malevolent forces, include the anguish spirits, arise on the basis of the transformation of their mental body itself during these very intermediate states. Through a shift in their mode of perception. So here is, talking about the different kind of ways like taking the birth. We call the higher realm beings. So the higher realm beings, there has like through the meditation, as a child of Buddha nature, the gods inhabiting the form realm of meditative concentration. We usually talk about, different realms. So different realm is like desire realm and the formless realms. The formless realms, the gods take birth is through the meditation concentration. Their formless realms, I think not really in the God's realm. We're talking about the suffering God's realm, falling to the suffering God's realm. When they're falling to the hell realms, they're extremely have death suffering. I think formless realms not part of that, because God's realm has many different levels. Some God's realm is a part of the is in this desire realm. Some gods is form realms. Some god is a formless realms. So who falling to in the lower realms, gods is a desire gods realms, not the form realms gods and the formless realm gods, because this formless gods realm is has through the meditation power, they can take birth to the higher realm. So form realms, see the gods inhabit the form realms of meditative concentration. And the similar being realms. The reason is a positive way they're taking birth, because through the meditation, meditative concentration. So that form realms gods and the formless gods take birth is through the meditation practice. And the similar beings of the higher realms take birth through the potency of their meditative stability. So these gods are many different levels. They all take through the meditation practice. They also another, take birth is even taking birth is looks like positive way, but form body arises negatively. So also certain class of malevolent forces, means like negative forces, include the anguish spirits, it's a hungry ghost, arise on the basis of the transformation. So the transform, negative is transformed to the form body of the mental body itself during this very intermediate states. See, one is like positive way take the birth to the form realms gods and formless realms gods. Through the practitioner meditation, concentration, take the birth. Another like negative is like certain class of his malevolent forces, like just negative forces, included the anguish spirit, arise on the basis of the transformation of the mental body itself during this very intermediate state. The take birth is a negative place because negative force or emotion is become transformed to the form body. Through a shift in the mode of perceptions. In this way, there assume the forms of anguish spirits. Malignant force or carnivore as God or agree. So these are the different kind of obstacle beings name. Capable of displaying diverse miraculous acts. The anguish spirit who reside in the ocean's depth. The anguish spirit who move through the space. Anguish hungry gods has many different kind of diversity. Some is be in the ocean, some is be in the land, some is be in the space. So the 80,000 class of obstructing forces and so forth. All this 80,000 class of obstacle beings. Same is like we talk about 1,000 Buddhas. We have also many Yadam deities, because due to the all the enlightening quality, different enlightening quality arise the form body is different Yadam deities, and also negative force also. Negative emotion, different negative emotion is arise from body is called negative force, negative obstacle beings. So that's why the 80,000 class of obstructing forces and so forth. That's also another reason I think Buddha have to share 84,000 Dharma teachings, because individual single beings has 84,000 negative afflictive emotion. So this all 84 negative afflictive emotion collected is arise from body's negative force. So 84,000 negative emotion, then similar emotions collected all the beings that arise the form body. So that's why it can be 84,000 negative beings. Example, my anger, your anger, other beings' anger, or the animals' anger. So this all anger, the negative emotions arise in the form body is Mara. Negative form body arise. Same, the different negative emotion collected all the different beings arise in the form body. That's what we call the negative beings, obstacle beings. And then also we call Yadam deity Buddhas. Our compassion, all collected compassion, 1,000 Buddhas compassion arise from is we call Chinrezek, and all our wisdom and all the 1,000 Buddhas wisdom is arise from bodies Manjushri. So all the qualities arising, the spiritual qualities arising from is called Yadam deity. Negative emotion arise from body is called these obstacle beings. So that's why 80,000 class of obstructing force and so forth all come into existence consequent on such a shift in the mode of perception, whilst in the mental body. So then these beings also, shift to the disease mind to take to their part of them, part of their citizen. So that's why we have to, use these instructions and record the practice, meditate Yadam deity, meditate Mahamudra. At this time, therefore, while visualizing the wrathful deity, it is essential that you hold in mind the meaning of emptiness. If you can visualize your body is, the Yidam deity wrathful, the essence of the great self. So mind is being to the nature. So nature mind is Mahamudra. Visualize the form body is the wrathful deity. If we have that ability, then of course this negative force cannot affect it. So that's it in talking about in the Bardo. So actually we have to think about right now. Right now we are in the moment. What do we have to think about right now in our moments? Because right now we are in the moment. So we can arise this negative force in our mind. And at that moment also we have to use this technique, visualize the Yidam deity and the mind is in the Mahamudra. We have to release our emotions. If we don't release our emotions, then emotions control us. So that means like this negative obstacles, we are part of that. We have become part of their citizen and their mandala. When emotion control us, that moment we are part of their mandala. We can say like negative mandala, yeah. And so right now we are in living Bardo. So when negative emotion, when comes, we have to visualize the Yidam deity and visualize, meditate Mahamudra, and then have to subdue or purify all the negative emotions. So that's this teaching is the main point. If you are not able to practice in this way, if we don't have that ability to practice this way, you must cultivate your experience of the illusion like natural expressive power of actual reality. So if we don't have an ability to meditate Yidam deity and meditate Mahamudra, then just we cultivate again. Everything is delusion, cultivate your experience of the illusion, like natural expressive power of actual reality. Everything is not true exist. Everything is emptiness. So use another method. If you are able to even to practice in that way, you should meditate on the meditation of deity Mahakarandakana. So, or you can bring the Chinreza in your body and mind. Without following your mind to experience attachment in any respect whatsoever. So meditate Chinreza and then, no attachment, let it rise to our mind. Through practicing this effectively, Buddhahood will be acting in the Buddha body of a perfect resource during this intermediate state. So if this is our ability to meditate Yidam deity own body, meditate Mahamudra, recognize everything is illusion and dreaming and not truly exist, is emptiness. So all meditate Chinreza. If we have that different choices, have ability to do that, then we can liberate in the Bardo. So liberation is called will be attained in the Buddha body of perfect resource during this intermediate state. The next is all child of Buddha nature. If you do through the potency of your past actions, you must at this stage enter a womb. A father teaching on the method of choosing a womb entrance is not to be taught. So feathers or no father, feather, I think. Or child of Buddha nature, okay. So due to the potency of your past action, negative action, you must at this stage intra-womb have to go into the womb again. A further teaching on the method, another choose teaching of womb entrance is not to be talked. So this instruction have to giving. Listen carefully, therefore, do not just move towards whatever womb entrance appears to you. So giving instruction to disease, don't go into whatever you see the womb is appear to you. If war starting being pursued by the evil gang forces of the laws of cause and effect. So if the like negative forcing to go into the womb, no choice, then you are powerless and unable to resist the process of entering a womb. In that time, the disease not really choose to stay back. Then you must at this time meditate on Haryangarwa, means like Haryangarwa is rat for Chinese, tamdring, and horse head. So if instructions say meditate Haryangarwa. Since possess a subtle supernormal cognitive ability. So then, of course, disease has like some levels of cognitive ability. You will clearly apprehend all the potential birthplace as they arise in sequence. So then disease, if have ability to meditate Haryangarwa, and then of course due to the disease clairvoyance, he can log that through, and he can find some good birth. Not take birth is the wrong womb in the wrong realms. So that's why if the disease can recall, Chinrezek meditate Haryangarwa, and then he can or she can find the path correctly. So therefore, making your choose based on the examination of the indication and based on the instructions. There are two kinds of oral instruction which can not be applied. So no another. Also in this case, like we can apply two different instructions. First, the oral instruction for transferring the consciousness to the pure Buddha first, and the second instruction for choosing a womb entrance within impure cyclic existence. So the two different instructions. First is like use the power transformation. I think go to the Buddha's pure line, transform to Buddha Amitabha pure line. Second instruction is this can choose the right birth. So positive birth. Instruction for choosing a womb entrance within impure cyclic existence. Even in the samsara, but can choose the right positive home. Therefore, listen carefully and do so as follows. First, the transference of consciousness to the utterly pure realm of the scarfarers is effected by those of highest ability, by directing their intention as follows. So then, use the power instruction, the consciousness transform to the Buddha's realm. And who has ability to do that? They also sharing these instructions. Alasa, I am deeply sad that even after infinite, incalculable eons, incalculable eons. I'm still left behind in this swim of cyclic existence. So now, the sharing this instruction to diseases is alas, like so long, many eons stuck in samsara. So many Buddhas being, but we didn't get opportunity, liberate, and still in this samsara. So make fair strong renunciation to samsara. How dreadful it is that while so many have attained Buddhahood in the past, I have still not achieved liberation. So create a very, sad feeling in the samsara, and created the, we say, renunciation to the samsara. No, this is cyclic of existing. Disgust me. It horrifies me. I have long been led astray by it. So long stay stuck there. No moment approach for me to move forward. So now I wanted to liberate. So very strongly, wanting and liberation. No, I must take birth miraculously in the bud of a lotus flower. So take birth to the Buddha Amitabha Pyoling. In the presence of Buddha Amitabha in the western Buddha field of the Buddha's four Skavate. Focus your intention concentratedly on this thought. It is essential that you make this effort. If you have this very strong effort, wanting to go to Buddha Amitabha Pyoling, and very strong renunciation to samsara, and then this is has opportunity to go to, I think, in these pure realms. The many pure realms I have mentioned about. Alternatively, you can focus your intention on whichever Buddha fair you wish, or manifest joy abhirati on Jain's Arya Ganwa Yuha, or Akavate, or Mon Potala, or you may wish to be focused on coming into presence of Pema Sambhava of Ordiyana in the celestial palace of lotus light, or indeed, or whichever Buddha fair you wish to enter. Be single-minded, do not be distracted, immediately upon establishing this intention. You will take birth in the choosing Buddha fairs. So these instructions, the same is a power instruction. So we sharing them disease, and disease really recognize samsara suffering, have strong renunciation, regret what is so done so far within samsara. So not only wanting to go to liberate to Buddha field, and then they have the intention and focus to the Buddha field, and then someone does power for them, or also that if focus, this instruction is the same as like power, ask them focus to the Buddha's pure line. So long as they visualize the Buddha, focus in the pure line, I think they can transform into the Buddha's pure line. That's the transforming instruction. So now today I think we have to leave here. So here we have another program together with us here. So it's many countries in gift for the new year. Benny going to share for them. Please go ahead, Benny.
1 second, Benny. We need to make you so you can unmute. There you go. Hang on 1 sec.
Oh, there we go. Thanks, Debbie. Thank you, Kempola. Happy New Year, everyone. We're going to share a sound meditation journey now that Kempo and I completed while in Brazil. In honor of the new year, in honor of our teachers, we'll approach this sound meditation as a long life prayer to all our teachers. Long life to Kempo, long life to Garchen Rinpoche, and to Jingten Sumgon. So we can listen to this sound meditation to honor our lineage and those who have dedicated their lives to protecting these very precious teachings. So this sound journey is based on the 7 verses of supplication to Tara. And I'll say some words to our Chinese Sangha now. 中国僧团新年快乐。今年是水土年。我们将聆听一段声音冥想。这种声音冥想是为了度母七奇情文。这个冥想是英文的，但是以后我会做中文的版的。好，谢谢。我们再听一下，请用好的耳机听。So please, if you have good headphones or a good sound system, if you could please use that. And we'll listen to this sound journey now. So thank you, everyone. Unborn mother, the Dharma Dhatu abides the Reverend Mother, the deity Tara. She bestows happiness on all sentient beings. I supplicate Mother Tara of Dharma Dhatu to protect us from all fears. Not realizing oneself as Dharmakaya, the minds of sentient beings are overpowered by negative emotions.
These beings wandering in samsara are my mother. I supplicate Mother Tara, deity of great compassion, please protect us. If the meaning of Dharma is not born in one's heart, one just follows the words of conventional meaning. We are deceived by delusory philosophical views and dogmas. I supplicate Mother Tara of perfect wisdom, please protect us. It is difficult to understand our own mind. Is Buddha's mind, seeing nature mind, but not familiarizing with it through practice. We are lost in unwholesome worldly activities. I supplicate Mother Tara of perfect mindfulness, please protect us. The absolute nature of mind His self-arisen non-dual Buddha wisdom. Yet because of habitual grasping to dualistic conception, we are bound by it, no matter what we do. I supplicate Mother Tara of non-dual wisdom, please protect us. Although we abide in the perfect meaning of absolute truth, we do not understand the interdependence of cause and effect on the relative level. We are ignorant about the true reality of phenomena. I supplicate Mother Tara of true truth omniscience, please protect us. Like the nature of space, which is beyond all conceptual limits, the reality of all conditioned phenomena is no different from that. But there are disciples on the path who do not realize it. I supplicate Mother Tara of perfect enlightenment of the three Kayas, please protect us. Please protect us. Please protect us.
Sit here.
Thank you, hello.
Hey, everyone.
Beautiful. Thanks very much.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.